We have so much scientific evidence that the corona crisis and the pandemic we're today experiencing is a broader manifestation of the Anthropocene. The corona crisis and the climate crisis and the biosphere crisis, in fact, are integrated in one integral component of our future on Earth. The evidence that virus spillovers causing these kind of zoonotic disease outbreaks is on the increase in the Anthropocene related to ecosystem destruction, that global warming can enforce these, combined with risky human behavior with wildlife trafficking, trade, and our hyper-connected world of travel and transport. Altogether, a perfect cocktail for these kind of pandemic outbreaks. So it's not a question of seeing this as a black swan. On the contrary, a quite predicted outcome in the Anthropocene. And now the question is, how can we transform into a more resilient future within a stable Earth system? 6 months before the corona crisis, actually the scientific community stepped up and proposed that we now must consider declaring a state of planetary emergency as a reflection of the scientific evidence of us approaching nonlinear, potentially irreversible and abrupt tipping points in the Earth system. I would even argue that today the drama is so clear. Unless we transition into a stable state of the Earth system, we will fail on the Sustainable Development Goals already by 2030, because we are already in the decisive decade of humanity's future on Earth, in the sense that we know from the climate science that we have to cut global emissions by half in a decade to stay on a path that gives us a reasonable chance of stabilizing into a manageable climate system well below 2 degrees Celsius global mean temperature rise. We also know that the only way to keep that stability in the climate system depends on us being active stewards of all the other systems that regulates the stability of the Earth system, the planetary boundary agenda. Now, all this boils down together again towards opening up tremendous opportunity for scholarly research and for policy engagement to accelerate and scale the innovations, transformations, and particularly the equity dimensions of a pathway towards a safe and just future for us all on this little blue marble that we all call our home.